What are nonconforming uses? Have you ever wondered what happens to businesses when zoning laws change? This is where nonconforming uses come into play. Nonconforming uses refer to land uses or structures that were legally established under previous zoning regulations but do not comply with current zoning laws. Essentially, they are allowed to continue operating due to a concept known as grandfathering. This means they are exempt from the new regulations that would otherwise requiring them to change or cease operations. Nonconforming uses often arise when local governments update zoning laws. Without these exemptions, businesses or properties could face significant financial burdens or even be forced to close if they cannot comply with the new rules. For example, imagine a small shop that has been serving the community for years. If that area is rezoned to residential, the shop might still be allowed to operate as a nonconforming use, even though new commercial establishments are no longer permitted there. However, nonconforming uses come with certain limitations. They typically cannot be expanded or altered unless they conform to the new zoning regulations. In some cases, these uses are only allowed for a limited time. After that, they must comply with the current zoning laws. If a property is brought into compliance, it may not be allowed to revert back to its previous nonconforming use. From a conservative viewpoint, nonconforming uses can be seen as a way to balance government regulation with property rights. They allow existing businesses and properties to continue operating without undue interference from changing regulations. This can be beneficial for maintaining economic stability and respecting private property rights. However, some may view these exemptions as favoritism, creating an uneven playing field where newer businesses must follow stricter rules. In the context of free market economics, nonconforming uses representing a compromise between regulatory oversight and the principles of private property and economic freedom. They help maintain existing economic activities while allowing for gradual adaptation to new zoning standards. However, they can also create challenges for new businesses entering the market, as they must comply with current regulations, potentially giving existing nonconforming uses a competitive advantage. In summary, nonconforming uses serve as a tool for local governments to manage the impact of zoning changes on existing properties. They balance the need for regulatory consistency with the protection of private property rights and economic continuity. Understanding this concept is essential for anyone interested in land use regulations and their effects on the economy.